Good morning, students. Till now, in this lesson, Princess September, we have learned that Princess September was very fond of her bird, and she decided, with the advice of her other sisters, she put the bird into the golden cage. Actually, she was very much upset and sad because the death of her parent, and now she did not want to take any risk. Though she was not that very much interested to put the bird into the cage, but her sisters advised her to keep the bird into the cage, and they also told that it would soon be habitual of this confinement, this imprisonment or the golden cage. But when she opened the cage one day in the morning, she found lying the bird unconscious. She thought that as if it was lying, as if it was dead. She grew very upset. She took it out and placed in her lap, and she cried, "Wake up, wake up." The bird, now when it come to consciousness, this bird told the princess that he needed his freedom. If he did not have freedom, he could not sing, and if he could not sing, he would die. So that was the condition. And by listening this, the princess also started crying loudly. She gave a great sob, वो भी रोने लगी, because of her, this bird came to a trouble. Then she replied, "Then take your freedom," she said. "I shut you in the golden cage because I loved you and wanted you to have all to myself. But I never knew it would kill you. I love you enough to let you be happy in your own way." Now the princess understood that freedom has its own importance. She told the bird to have his freedom back. She apologized that she kept the bird into the cage because she loved the bird. But now she realized that it would kill him, and therefore she decided to let him free and enjoy his life in his own way. She threw open the window and gently placed the little bird on the sill. He shook himself a little. Then she placed the bird on the windowsill. She took this bird shook himself a little. Bird ने अपने आप को थोड़ा मूव किया, just to take a flight. "Come and go as you will, little bird. I will never put you in the cage anymore." The bird, now when bird was ready to take his flight, princess assured and asked him to come and go according to his will, and she assured the bird that she would not keep him in the cage anymore. "I will come because I love you, little princess, and I will sing you the loveliest song I know. I shall go far away, but I shall always come back, and I shall never forget you." He gave himself another shake. "Good gracious me, how stiff I am!" he exclaimed. "See," Bird replied. Bird told the princess that he would come and go according to his will. Okay? अभी तो मैं जाऊंगा दूर उड़ते हुए, but I'll be coming back according to my will, and I would never forget you. मैं कभी भूल नहीं पाऊंगा तुम्हें. And then he gave a shook to his body, अपनी body को move किया. And what did he say? How stiff I become. मेरी body कितनी stiff, कड़क हो गई है. God, good graciously. Good gracious means characterized by charm, means he wanted his charm, his attraction again. So he said that stiff means hard. उसकी body में जो flexibility थी वो नहीं रही. Then he opened his wings and flew right away into the blue. Blue means here sky. So he opened his wings and took his flight into the sky. But the little princess burst into tears, for it is very difficult to put the happiness of someone you love before your own. And with her little bird far out of sight, she felt all of a sudden very lonely. She realized that she had become alone, and therefore she started crying. Tears rolled out of her eyes. आँखों से आंसू गिरने लगे. But when we find it difficult, because we place others' happiness before our own happiness, it becomes difficult to control ourselves, and parting from that person makes us alone and sad. We feel lonely. Okay? When her sisters knew what had happened, they mocked her and said that the little bird would never return. And when the other princesses, means her sisters, came to know about the incident, they mocked at her. Mocked मतलब मजाक बनाना, made fun of. They mocked her. उन्होंने प्रिंसेस सितंबर का मजाक उड़ाया और उसको कहा कि वो बर्ड अब कभी लौट कर नहीं आएगा. But he did at last, and he sat on September's shoulder and ate out of her hand and sang her the beautiful songs he had learned while he was flying up and down the fair places of the world. But he did, he came, he returned, he did come at the end. At last he came back and he sat on September's shoulder. वो आकर सितंबर के शोल्डर पर बैठा. Apart from it, he ate out of princess's hands and sang beautiful songs which he had learned during his journey. September kept her window open day and night so that the little bird might come into her room whenever he felt inclined. And this was very good for her, so she grew extremely beautiful. Apart from it, she kept the window of her room open day and night so that it would become easier for the bird to come in and out, means coming in and going out as and when he wished. Therefore, the window was kept open, and this keeping the window open had another effect on princess, which was to make the princess beautiful. क्या था? इससे this princess और beautiful हो गई. And when she was old enough, she married the king of Cambodia and was carried on a white elephant all the way to the city in which the king lived. But her sisters never slept with their windows open, so they grew extremely ugly and as well as disagreeable. And when the time came to marry them off, they were given away to the king's counselors with a pound of tea and a Siamese cat. See the ultimate result of keeping the window open. Now when this Princess September grew extremely beautiful because the window was kept open day and night. It was actually for the sake of the bird, but it gave an extraordinary effect on the beauty of Princess September. Then, when she grew up, old enough to be married, she was married to the king of Cambodia. एक राजा के साथ उसकी शादी हुई और उसको वाइट एलिफेंट पर ले जाया गया जहाँ राजा रहता था. See, her procession was carried on a white elephant all the way to the city. Okay? But her sisters never slept with their windows open. Her sisters did not keep the window of their rooms open, and therefore they became ugly and disagreeable. And when they grew old enough to be married, they were married to the king's counselors. King के counselors के साथ उनकी शादी की गई. Along with they were given away with a pound of tea and a Siamese cat. और उन्हें शादी में क्या गिफ्ट में दिया गया? A pound of tea and a Siamese cat. एक थाईलैंड में जहाँ जिस तरह की कैट पाई जाती है वो उन्हें गिफ्ट में दी गई शादी में, जबकि प्रिंसेस सितंबर को वाइट एलिफेंट पर बिठाकर ले जाया गया. ओके, सो आई होप you have understood the content of the lesson.